What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you all doing? My name is Wingsaber, and today we're here with another guide video slash tips and tricks, just like the Zeratul one before, just like the Genji one. Today we have Alarak. Now Alarak is a melee burst mage assassin, whatever you want to call him. Basically, the point of Alarak is to be in the backline for the majority of fights, but then once he can get the setup with his WQ combo and his ult, which we'll go into later, he will absolutely rip enemies apart. That being said, this is a very high skill hero, so you will have to put quite a few games into him before you can perform optimally. So first thing we'll go over is build. You'll usually see the E build, which is these two as a core, Extended Lightning for the slow, and Negatively Charged for the stacking. At 7, it's Applied Force. As you guys can see, this is the range of the W before Applied Force, which is up to about here. And then with Applied Force, it's about there. Pretty far, right? Now, if you don't want to go Applied Force, you can also go Dissonance, because Applied Force, it reduces your sadism by 10%. And if you don't want to lose 10%, you can take Dissonance if you want. But the most optimal build is Applied Force for even more playmaking. At 10, it's going to be Counter Strike always. Never take Deadly Charge at 10. You're actually trolling if you do. We take Pure Balance at 13 because your team's going to feed. But you only get stronger as your team feeds. So it doesn't matter if your team feeds or not. If you're winning pretty hard, you can take Rate of Action if you really want to. At 16, it's always going to be Lightning Barrage. And at 20, this is a little bit debatable, but I like Last Laugh. You could go Deadly Charge here if you're like super winning, but if you're not, I wouldn't recommend it. Just because if you jump into their whole team and your team doesn't back you up, then you are a goner. So the first tip I have for Alarak is you have to hit the center of the E to do max damage. What I mean by that is this. Okay, Artist, could you move, buddy? What I mean is the target that's between the end of the laser and targets that's between end of the laser and you takes more damage. You see, Artist takes a lot more damage than if I were just to regularly hit it with an E. So regularly it would just be 347, but if I hit him in between, it's more. 353, I think. 462. This will only go up as your stacks charge. So let's just complete the quest for a second, right? Let's say this is this. It also has a huge slow, as you guys can see on Artist. He can barely move. And what this build allows you to do is play as a backline mage. It lets you spam your E over and over again. Because at 16, Lightning Barrage, if you hit someone in the center of your lightning, then you'll get a second charge, as you guys saw there. And just to show you how much damage it could do. See that? Unfortunately, you can't laser the same target. So as you can see here, if I were to laser the third one, I can't hit it again. See? You can only hit different targets. So like that. So here, we'll just keep charging it for a little bit, because by the time you get 16, you'll probably have around 40 stacks ish if you're doing decently. Better players will have around 50. So let's wait for that to reset for a second. And let's talk about his combos. So his combo in team fights, you're just going to sit back, right? You're going to chill. You're going to throw your E whenever you can. You're going to walk up things. You're going to silence them. Now, silencing frontline, as much as you probably want to hit the backline with your silence combo, if you can't, silencing the tank can be killer as well. Okay, let me show you how much damage it'll do to Artist. Right. Like, you do a lot of damage. This is only with 93% sadism. So whoever walks up to you, you should always try to use your Discord Strike on, unless you see an opening for a WQ combo, which I'll show you guys right now, actually. So the WQ combo is going to be your main playmaking combo, and what you do is you're going to pull back your opponent with Telekinesis and then hit him with a Discord Strike, right? So it looks like something like this. like that. But that's obviously the faster way. You'll probably be slower than me the first time you try it, so do it again. Okay, I'm trolling. That's what it's gonna look like basically. I have quick cast on, but I recommend either using normal cast or on release, because telekinesis is really easy to miss. And if you miss telekinesis, it's also your escape gone. So once you know you hit your W, when you hit the drag back, you just tap Q right away, so they have no way to respawn. If they have some kind of escape and you don't hit your Q right away, then they can escape, right? So if I were to do it like slowly, see, if it was like a Genji or something, he could have dashed away. But if I do it like this, as soon as you hit your W, you just tap Q. And sometimes you'll miss, because, yeah. Sometimes you'll miss. And sometimes you can also use the edges of your Q to actually hit them. What I mean by that is this. You see the little things? The things on the side? Those do damage too, and they silence. Okay, he just ran into it. God damn it, Arcus. See, it's a little hard to hit him with it, but you can't hit him with the side of the Q. That's how it's gonna look like. Or just WQ, like this. Practice this until you get it down, then you'll be good to go. Okay, now for your ultimate usage, how you really want to use this is you don't really want to run into the enemy team, so you can get a bunch of damage off. You really just want to sit back, you know, just throw out E's, and you know, as the tank walks up to you, you can silence them, you can do whatever, and then you should always use your ult from the safest position possible, because even though you're invincible, if you ult in the middle team, enemy team, and there's no one else to help you after, you're probably gonna die because you are squishy. Even though you do have sustain, because you do heal off of the damage you do with lightning surge, you still really want to try to be as far away as possible when you're using Counter-Strike. And there's a lot of damage. That's 1200 damage with only 105% sadism. So imagine in the game if you have more. Now, as terms of mobility goes, Alarak does not have much mobility at all. The one mobility spell he does have is his telekinesis, and you really have to learn how to differentiate when you want to use it for your WQ or when you want to use it to escape. So what I did here was I hit Alt W, right? So if we go to our hotkeys and we go to quick cast, or sorry, self cast, I have everything set up right here. See, hero ability 2 is Alt W. So once you have that, you just press Alt W and you can do this. You can push yourself. Also be wary, if you're really close to your opponent, you don't have to use telekinesis to hit them with your Discord strike, because what can happen is you can push yourself back on accident like this. And if that happens, sometimes the Q bugs out, right? And it shoots backwards. So to stop that from happening, what you want to do is you want to go into your hotkeys, and hotkeys, and then you want to go to quick cast or on release, and then you want to set that to your Q. Right. Now what's gonna happen then is you're gonna be able to aim your Q better. I recommend quick cast on release for your Q, just because, like I said before, if you combo too close, your Q will go backwards sometimes. And yep. You can also do this for your W as well. If you really want to, I think it's pretty helpful. Rich does it. I've been see how much better it is to take your time and to aim than just spamming quick cast. I used to only use quick cast, but the bug would happen so often to where I would keep shooting my Q backwards that it kind of annoyed me. So you can also start casting your Q as soon before you use your telekinesis, so it'll look like something like this, right? so you get the least downtime you could possibly. You can also do it forwards, like that. You can fake out your opponent by walking back, right? You're facing this way, and then you just do that. Also, you can obviously do that with your Alt W cast, and I'll do that right now. So, it's this one. Using it with the Alt W cast is a little bit more difficult because if you Alt W, you're going to be going the direction that you're facing. So if I Alt W, alright, I'll go backwards to do that. But if I want to go forwards, you have to do it manually. Alright, now for your last laugh, what it does is it teleports you to a location, right? But, in price for the teleport, you get reduced to 1 health. Now to stop that is you have to hit heroes 3 times with basic abilities within 4 seconds. Otherwise you will lose all your HP. So if I just reset my HP real quick. I'm just gonna kill myself real quick here.
Choose a talent.
The choice.
Okay.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
So if
Choose a talent. Choose
we
a
do that
talent.
again,
Choose a talent.
Curious
Choose a
choice.
talent.
and we hit abilities on this Arctis, we won't lose any HP. So we just 3 abilities. See, we don't lose any HP from using Last Laugh at all. And then show you guys like one more time. Also, Lightning Barrage, it counts as 2 when it when you use it twice. So that's really good for Last Laugh as well. So we'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Alright, we'll do that again. Last laugh, we'll go 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then we don't lose any HP from last laugh. So that's why I take it. 1 for an escape, because if I have to use it, I'm probably gonna die anyway.
So goes the chain of the sentence.
And 2 for a more offensive option when I've already used up my WQ combo. Right. Oh my god. You guys see what I mean? If you just use your quick cast, then it can be pretty hard to land sometimes.
I agree with this decision.
We're gonna go over one more tip
Choose a talent.
with the.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
We'll go over one more thing with the deadly charge. It replaces your D key, or your passive key, your trait key, whatever you want to call it. So what
The choice.
this move does is you charge up. The longer you charge, the more damage, the farther it goes. Now the thing about this is, it can get stopped by anything. Like anything can touch you and it will stop it, right? So that's one reason why I don't like it. Because it's easily stoppable if something even touches you. However, if you really want to use this ability and you don't want to use Last Laugh, my tip for you is to do it out of vision. So in this case, you want to do it behind your tower. Just let it rip. Because it does do a lot of damage. And it's pretty low cooldown too.
I agree with this.
I think it's about 30 seconds. 45 seconds. Okay, that's still pretty good. Alright. So to recap, remember to try to use Deadly Charge out of vision if you possibly can. This can cover a lot of distance, right? You can do something like this. Right, you can surprise enemy backline. Or you can go like mega deep into their backline like this. Hit him with a Discord Strike and then hit him with your Unstoppable. Your Counter Strike. The reason I like using Discord Strike first is just to maximize the amount of time you can stay in their backline. And even though you are a squishy melee assassin, you do have sustain. So if you end up into enemy's backline, it could take them a while to kill you. Now, the final tip that I found out the hard way about Alarak's Counter-Strike is that you need to be hit by enemy heroes to actually proc the damage. If Arctis can get off my butt, I'll show you what I mean. So if I were to walk over here, right, and hit the boss, it wouldn't proc it. This only procs on enemy hero damage, guys. Not minions, not towers, nothing like that. It only proc if Arctis hits me right here. He's gonna. Alright guys, I hope that was helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. It really helps me a lot. Thank you guys for the support, and I will see you guys next time.
Is there no one who can
Peace.
pose a challenge?